What's up, guys? It's your boy Cam. I am here with some actual pro wrestling and not voodoo dolls. What I'm talking about is that Shayna and Alexa Bliss segment. I don't even watch Raw anymore. I used to, but that show freaking sucks now. It's not pro wrestling. It's not even entertainment at this point. But we give you real wrestling here on CB Plays, and we kick off the show with Keith Lee hosting an open challenge. Big Z-Bar come out, and Marcel Barthel of Big Z-Bar come out and accepts the challenge. And we are here on the Fallout show of NXT TakeOver Supremacy. If you didn't watch it, you gotta watch it because that pay-per-view was really good. The best pay-per-view ratings wise, and sometimes pretty sure storyline wise too, so far in the series. So let's get into the match. 71, I like it a lot, even though they didn't click. And about that they had fantastic heat and good wrestling. Keith Lee defeated Marcel Barthel when Barthel was disqualified when Alexander Wolf ran in and attacked Keith Lee. Keith Lee makes defense number 9 of the NXT Television Championship. So look at it as Keith Lee is about to pin Marcel Barthel, but Alexander Wolf comes in and jumps Keith Lee. So yeah, pretty good match here tonight. I didn't want to pin Marcel Barthel or anybody from Big Z-Bar because they just lost at the pay-per-view, spoiler alert, and I didn't want to have them lose here tonight again. I don't want to make them look weak, and I'm trying to make them strong. But Marcel 59, Keith Lee 73, 86. So Alexander Wolf got himself involved in the match here because Marcel was going to lose. Big Z-Bar triple team Keith Lee 3-on-1. Marcel hits Keith Lee with an uppercut, and Ilya Dragunov hits Keith Lee with a knee to the face. But interesting enough, a returning Legado del Fantasma comes out and clears the ring of Big Z-Bar. Santos, Raul, and Joaquin help Keith Lee here tonight. Santos hands Keith Lee the television championship. Keith Lee, he doesn't really trust Santos because last time we saw him, he was in a feud with Adam Cole at NXT TakeOver in your house. What was like a month and a week ago. But he grabs the belt from. So Santos hands Keith Lee the belt, and Keith Lee grabs the belt, confused and suspicious at Santos's intentions. So yes, Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma return here tonight. They weren't on the show at all at NXT TakeOver in your house, and they make a return here tonight. 77. So Tyler comes out on the stage and asks Ilya what's his problem, and Killian Dane ambushes Tyler Bate and gives him an Ulster plantation. Ilya tells Dane to throw Bate off the stage, and Dane does that as he dumps Tyler to the side of the stage. Dane leaves with Ilya Dragunov, Marcel Barthel, and Alexander Wolf. It's Killian Dane and Big Z-Bar. I don't know. It looks like it now. It seems like Tyler Bate, he was never in the group to begin with, but if he wanted to now, it's pretty much over because it looks like Killian Dane is part of Big Z-Bar. If the group wasn't strong enough as is, we have the Beast of Belfast possibly joining the ranks. 65. In a good match, the Rising Sun defeated Motor City Machine Guns at 10:50 when Kushida submitted Chris Sabin with a Kushida lock. Bo was the weak link. Kushida 72, Ball 46, Alex Shelley 75, and Chris Sabin 71. Okay, Alex Shelley was off his game, and Alex Shelley benefited from having a hot new move. But the Rising Sun, in their second win as a team, defeat the Motor City Machine Guns. That's pretty amazing. 71. So the Rising Sun picks up a win against Motor City Machine Guns. Bo and Kushida celebrate on the stage, but Shelley helps Chris Sabin to his feet, and Shelley says he knows what they said a few months ago about breaking up if they lost their next NXT Tag Team title shot. But Alex says he can't do this anymore with Chris Sabin. They're not on the same wavelength anymore. They're not winning matches as they used to. He'll always have a brother. He'll always be a brother to him. But now they need to go on their separate paths for now. Chris Sabin tells Alex that he will always be there if you need him. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin hug, but this is the end of Motor City Machine Guns for now. So yeah, it looks like all the losing got to Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. Nobody turned heel tonight, but it looks like they're going their separate ways, and we'll see what the paths take for both men. 85. So Tenille comes into Regal's office, and Tenille says, "What's the reward for winning on Sunday?" And Jessica Havoc is in the office, and Jessica greets Tenille as both women have history, because Tenille Dashwood hired Jessica Havoc. Well, Jessica Havoc was the one that helped Tenille Dashwood retain the ARENXT Women's Championship against Io Shirai the second time when they faced off. When Tenille was champ and Io was the challenger, Jessica Havoc attacked Io and cost her the match. And also, Tenille hired Jessica Havoc as her heavy to help basically beat up Mayu Iwatani in their match heading into NXT TakeOver Legacy. But Tenille Dashwood kind of ignores her. And Rigo says it'll be a fatal five-way between Tenille Dashwood, Io Shirai, Jordynne Grace, you and Jessica Havoc. Winner gets a title shot at the women's. Winner gets a shot at the women's title. Tenille says, "Great." She puts her shades back on and leaves. So we get a big announcement here tonight that will be Tenille Dashwood, Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley, Jordynne Grace, Jessica Havoc, and Tenille Dashwood facing in a fatal five-way. Winner gets to get a crack at Mayu Iwatani, who's the champ right now. When will that happen? Maybe next week or maybe 2 weeks after. I'll decide when it happens. But yeah, pretty good match, and that match should main event because that is an amazing match. But why is Tenille Dashwood ignoring Jessica Havoc? We'll see on that. And above that had good heat and decent wrestling. Khabib Nurmagomedov makes his Inferno debut and ring debut when he defeated EJ Nduka in 8:07 by pinfall. Khabib 74 and EJ Nduka 48. 77. So Khabib picks up the win here tonight over, picks up his first win in his first match over. Oh, okay. So Khabib picks up his first win here tonight in his first ever match on Inferno. Pete Dunne comes out, and both Pete Dunne and Khabib share a brief stare down. Pete Dunne tells Khabib that I'm always ready for a fight, and Khabib tells Pete just give him the time and the date. Khabib leaves as Pete Dunne is in action next. So these two men have, Pete Dunne is the bruiser where he's always ready for a fight. And Khabib, he's a former MMA star, one of the greatest lightweights of all time in mixed martial arts, well, in the UFC. And Khabib is not scared. Well, he's not scared of a fight, and he tells Pete Dunne, name the time and the place, and you got your fight. Interesting. And about to have good heat and decent wrestling. Pete Dunne defeated Casey Navarro at 11:02 by pinfall at the bitter end. Pete Dunne 70, Casey Navarro, who's in developmental 46. 65 rated match, not bad. 59. So Chelsea Green, Robert Stone, Madison Rayne, Tay Conti, or is it Tay Conti? And Paris Marie stand in the ring to congratulate themselves. Green says that the beautiful people can't be stopped, and this division is theirs for the taking. Madison Rayne says no women in the locker room, better yet, no women in this company can step up to them. Green says that we're done with the jabrones like your Indy Hartwells or Casey Canzaros, and maybe it's time for some gold. Madison Rayne says maybe we should make some NXT women's tag titles just for us. Tay Conti and Paris Marie like the sound of that. And Rayne says, we'll put that in the back of our minds. That's just a little food for thought. Beth gets off the announcer's table, interesting enough, and says, this is embarrassing. Women's wrestling shouldn't be about bullying your opponent by the numbers game. It shouldn't be about disrespecting your opponent either. Green cuts Beth off and asks, who are you again? From behind the steel chair lays out Tay Conti and Paris Marie. It's Renee Michelle. She makes her return. Last time seeing her at NXT TakeOver in Your House when Madison Rayne made her debut and powerbombed Renee Michelle, looking as if her and Renee was going to take out the beautiful people when Madison Rayne turned on Renee Michelle. Green and Madison Rayne get out of Dodge along with Robert Stone. Renee's back and she tells the beautiful people she's going to hunt them down one by one if need be. So it looks like a ghost from the past is coming back to hunt the beautiful people. And what is going on with this whole Beth Phoenix thing? 79. So Trey Miguel comes out to address the NXT universe. Trey says the last 48 hours have been surreal. He's now the North American champion. Trey says he's worked very hard to get to this point from making his name on the indies in Impact Wrestling to now holding the premier championship in one of the biggest companies in this industry. Trey says he'll do right by the title and he'll be defending it as often as he can. Yuri Katsumatu comes out and tells Trey congrats, and he really deserves it. Not to poop on his parade, but the only reason he's champion is because Jake and Ace attacked him. You can't beat me one-on-one. Yuri tells Trey, if you're a true champion, you'll defend that title against me next week. And Trey tells Yuri he's on, and this time, when he wins, he can't make any excuses for why he lost. So big match. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the main event or one of the co-mains, but it will be Yuri Katsumatsu versus Trey Miguel. Cool, so I just pre-booked this segment for next week. Sometimes I say something happens next week. Most of the time I follow through on that, but sometimes I forget if I don't write it down. So, yep, main event next week. 69. In a decent match, Adam Cole defeated Warhorse in 12:42 by pinfall at the flying crossbody. Adam Cole, Baby, 78. Warhorse with a 44. 69 rated match, pretty good. Warhorse and Leon Ruff are really good when it comes to putting people over. I know that sounds awful, but hopefully they get, into some storylines. We'll see what happens. But Adam Cole picks up the win here tonight. Adam Cole tells the crowd it's time for him to wear gold again, baby. Adam Cole tells Trey and Keith Lee to be on the lookout because Adam Cole is coming. AJ Styles comes out and says, AJ says, that they're done teaming, it's time. AJ says the fans want to see it. AJ Styles versus Adam Cole one more time. Adam Cole says that's an interesting proposition, but I have better things to do, like going after championships. Adam Cole leaves the ring. AJ Styles says, oh, that's right. Last time we faced off, you lost to me. You're scared that's going to happen again. Adam Cole's back is to AJ when he says this. Cole smirks and leaves. So it looks like we might be getting AJ Styles versus Adam Cole, but it looks like Adam Cole's not that interested. He may be after AJ Styles just kind of put him on Front Street like that. But we'll see what happens. But potential Adam Cole AJ Styles match, sign me up. 67. Goodness, that was a great rated segment. 5 minutes. Okay. Business is really doing the job. After the commercial break, Warhorse is heading to the back towards the rampway when he's assaulted by Everrise. Chase and Matt beat down Warhorse until Leon Ruff comes to help. Brian Pillman comes into the ring with the Fixer Ari Daivari as they gang up on Leon Ruff. The Fixer Ari Daivari, Chase Parker, Matt Martell, Brian Pillman Jr. stand tall. Malcolm Bivens, who is the head of Bivens Enterprises, and these are his clients. He stands on the ramp smiling and nodding his head as seeing what his group just done. He's liking what he's seeing, and they just beat down Leon Ruff and Warhorse, two competitors in the NXT. Malcolm Bivens says, hey, Bivens Enterprises is on the rise, and it looks like they just made a statement here tonight. But 67 really good rated. 69. Hiromu was scheduled for an interview with Kathy Kelly. Hiromu can't even make it to the ring because he's jumped by Chris Dijak. Dijak grabs Hiromu and throws him into the steel steps, and then he puts him in an ankle lock. So on the Explosion shows, even though I give you updates, sometimes I haven't been updating y'all lately, but Chris Dijak says he had his eye on somebody, and he tells the roster to be on notice because he's angry and he's pissed off. And he said when he's pissed off, that's bad things for the roster. And it looks like he's coming after Hiromu Takahashi. 75, really good. And about to have great heat and good wrestling. Rhea Ripley defeated Rhea in 15-17 by putting forward the Soul Food. Rhea Ripley, I'm just so happy that Rhea is just becoming elevated. She was stuck in like 63s and 66s. And then now, after beating Tenille, after getting that win last night, a part of Team Inferno, she's up to like 73, 76. And just having her having a 77, it's just amazing, because I told y'all I would have big plans for Rhea Ripley, and y'all are seeing that stuff come into fruition, and really good rated match. Really good segment. So Rhea tells everyone, yeah, she did attack Toni Storm. She says Toni has been a thorn in her side ever since NXT UK. Rhea says Toni did beat her a few months ago for the NXT, not for the NXT, but for a number one contendership for the NXT Intercontinental Championship. And when she lost, she had to play nice. Rhea says she lost herself a few months ago. She was floundering. Rhea Ripley says 2020 was not her year. She won the NXT Women's Championship at the end of 2019, but Charlotte lost it to Charlotte at WrestleMania. Ever since, it's never been the same. When she was at home, she realized that the road to the top is a lonely one. Rhea says the fans talking to her, saying that she's boring and she's not the same when she was stuck in nothing, but she had to reinvent herself. Rhea says this person they see now is a new and improved Rhea Ripley. And Mayu, I'm putting you on blast. I'm coming for that belt. Jordan Grace comes out and tells Rhea that Toni is her friend. And Rhea tells Grace she doesn't give a F about what Jordan Grace has to say or her being friends with Toni Storm. Grace finds this disrespectful, and she slaps Rhea Ripley as both women brawl. Road agents break them apart. So it looks like Rhea Ripley is a heel, and I've been planning this ever since Rhea Ripley returned after she lost to Toni Storm. I said, Rhea Ripley really needs the heel turn because she was a face. I said, she ain't doing it as a face for me. So I had her take some time off. She came back to captain one of the teams, the babyface team, at NXT TakeOver Legacy. What I was doing there was getting everything in motion because Rhea Ripley wasn't talking then. We didn't know her intentions, and slowly but surely you just started to see her intentions growing more and more, and it eventually came out when she attacked Toni Storm at NXT TakeOver NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver, and then she attacked her again at Supremacy. 82. So Io Shirai is backstage, but Kamiko Asahara comes up to her. Kamiko tells Io it's time. She's on her way in a matter of weeks. Io told Kamiko that I don't want anything to do with you and your shenanigans. About a month ago, she just brushes her off and says, I don't care, I'm not dealing with you anymore. Kamiko gives Io a duster. So what is Kamiko Asahara up to? She's just being very weird at the moment, and we'll see what happens, but she looks like she's not done with Io Shirai. Io Shirai is basically want to be done with her, but we'll see what happens. She's coming, but who is she? Our main event is next. 69, okay. I was hoping for like a green, but and about that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, good wrestling. Alyssa Flash and Rosemary defeated Maya Awatani and Tegan Nox. When in 1449, when Rosemary pinned Tegan Nox with a spider's twist. Yes, Maya Awatani, she did win last night, and yes, she did lose here tonight, but she wasn't the one pinned, and I kept her strong that way. Tegan was the one that took the pinfall, and Rosemary went ahead and pinned somebody that was on the champs team. So there, she technically did beat the champ without beating her per se, because she didn't pin her, but she did beat her in the record books. In terms of in-ring work, Maya was head and shoulders above everyone else. 85, Rosemary 72, Alyssa Flash 70, and Tegan Nox 52. 92. So Rosemary beats Tegan Nox here tonight. Alyssa Flash starts Tegan Nox on the outside. Rosemary then hits Maya with the red wedding. Rosemary then holds up the NXT Women's Championship to close the show. So Rosemary and Alyssa Flash stand tall here tonight, and it looks like Rosemary is getting closer to the NXT Women's Championship. 79. Okay, if that main event was better, I'm pretty sure we got like an 82. All the ratings were really good tonight, and I did like this Fallout show. We didn't have any crazy debuts or anything like that. You don't always need that, but you just need some nice storyline continuation. And our takeover is like 2 months away, so I'm just slow building, just putting the stuff in the oven. It's like a Thanksgiving turkey. You're not gonna get it immediately in 1 hour. You have to slow cook it. So I'm slow cooking these feuds. Some are going a little faster than others. But tell me what you thought down below. This was a great show. I like this recording. It went smoothly. So tell me what you thought down below. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.